opinions expressed on the Powerhouse radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
Yes. So we are late, but we are never not here. It's better be late than never. What you say, the respecter? Is it better to be late than never?
Best to be late than never.
I don't know where Queen went. I don't know what happened to Queen Line, but I know that Queen will be coming on in just a millimeter second. Full of
Is that kind of day today?
information. Full of information. Let me tell you, the information non-stop. Information non-stop. We waiting now. Well, we're not waiting, but Queen's gonna be logging back on, and we're going to dive right up into it. We're gonna dive right up into it. I didn't want to touch that one until she came on, but let's we don't listen. Election has been called, so we're gonna wait.
I'm the winner.
We got. Sorry for being late,
Yeah.
but better late than never. Greetings to each and everyone. Blessings, Dan. Blessings to you, Dan says blessings, my brother. Blessings.
Blessings, Dan.
Man, I'm telling you, election has been called.
Tell me the new prime minister.
I think this is the election where I think this is the election that queen.
Yeah.
Queen, I think it's the election.
I'm sorry, I had to switch. I had to switch to my iPad because this phone is acting up. Okay, I'm ready when you all are.
Something need to turn off because we get the echo from it. Something is on your line that's echoing. We get no feedback from you. Why you just don't come in? Call it.
Marty, pass me that earplug there. Let me try the earplug and see.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, let me try the earplug.
Yes, man.
All right, you different?
Yeah, this sound like a better. Yeah, no feedback.
All right, good.
That's
okay, good.
Election has been called.
And nobody celebrates.
Just tell me them have peer party at Jamaica tonight.
Election, but no, election calf so quick. Always election calf if it's so. Yes, everyone been hollering for election. But how election? The 8th? That are how many days?
What?
That are 7 days. That's 7 days away enough. Come on now. Go on.
It's simple.
What?
Somebody heard somebody a call the election and run go tell everybody to the election call.
Yes, my boy say, we're ready. Come everybody, we're ready. Devon, hear my boy where quote it. Him say you're liar.
Yeah, I tell you. But listen, this is some serious thing though. So Andrew couldn't call election for all March and April. Why right this the 26th?
Because they feel the momentum. They think they're gonna win. That's what the problem is.
They are going to win.
You
They don't buy out. We talked about this last week. They done Chinese them done buy them out.
They're gonna win.
They're going to win. It's the same thing. And a couple of persons said to me today, Lady D, take your goat mouth off of things. All right? Because I'm letting them know Trump is winning and we have Andrew that is winning. So I
No,
don't.
Trump.
Trump
Say
is
that. Trump now.
listen. You don't need
Trump
to
now.
face reality. You all need to face
No.
reality. Okay? Andrew gonna win. There's nobody there to fight against Andrew. There's nobody there to vote against Andrew. There's nobody there because no who half of them don't want, half of them do not want Golden to be prime minister. Right?
But lately he's been gaining some momentum, lately. I saw a thing with him last week,
I want
and the people in my rally.
I want Jamaica to prove me wrong. I want Jamaica to make me put my foot in my mouth. And if my foot can still reach inside of my mouth, I will put it in there just just so just so Andrew can come out.
And you
So
know what? People get what they deserve.
yeah, you see, we're gonna see. It's the same way
People get what
as
they
I
deserve.
say Trump gonna win. Listen, they do not want Kamala. And any
I,
oh
I,
Biden is running again and Kamala is his vice president. It's not gonna win. It's not gonna
But
win.
you,
listen,
you
this
can't
Why?
this
change
thing
that.
here have to look. This thing have to have been planned undercover because this was done at in Montego Bay at the Jamaica Convention Center. So
So
they have to have had some type of plan to initiate this type of thing. I'm here say if you see people,
so you think say
me
what
here
you
it
thought
was. I think it was planned by the party PMP, the Labor Party. I think they had. Remember, they've been having several meetings lately. They
Queen?
have been having several meetings, and a lot of those meetings were private. I think they have been planning this tragedy for a very long time,
You did
and they knew the date when they were gonna do it, and they shot the PMP people. Bam!
do you think that they with all of the announcement of Ratam and all of these
That
that's being made, you did feel like said they don't know what they were doing. Listen, we talked about it last week, so them Chinese them done by the election already by out. And
Yes.
if I just want
Yes, Spectre did say so.
I would love for Jamaica to prove us wrong. I want Jamaica to prove us wrong.
Let's
That's all I
see.
want to
Honey, it's coming. We have what?
see.
In the next 2 weeks, I saw. I saw.
That I think
You'll know.
though that call quick though, just like the situation during the cold to the big C time, that
Well,
everything
mm,
calling it just called quick and
but that was his excuse. And that's why my boy said him a liar. Him said that's what he came on stage and said. He said that because of COVID, that's why they did not have it before. But now that COVID is settled, it's time now to have election.
no, they did have election back then in COVID. That's why a lot of people didn't come out and vote because a lot of people didn't want to.
No, but this is the main election, that lady. May I talk about the main election? These are the main election. President and prime minister election.
Of course, I know that, and
But
they
the one before was not prime. It wasn't it for
had Queen. They had election back in 2021, the 2020, the end of 2020, and Andrew won based off of the little bit of people where they go vote. And they come back. Greetings, Donna. Donna says, good evening. Good evening, Donna. Blessings to you.
good evening, Donna.
And they
Well,
come.
my boy say all of the people them from England, in a Jamaica, and a Canada needs to come home, come vote.
Listen, I want Jamaica people need to stand on their feet and know what they want. They are there. They are there suffering and they are there going through all of the madness, the crime, the everything, the thievery, the everything that's going on. They are going through it. And it's up to them to go out there and to vote. What we are gonna do? We are gonna go up in there all of a sudden. We are
But
run.
then, lady, if we not know we the America, then the people in the countryside and what have them not know what going till today. Is
Wait,
a
no,
shock?
listen, stop the foolish. But they don't know what's going on today. They know everything that is going on. What do you mean they don't know what's going on today? They know everything that is going on. I mean, is what election call? I want to. I'm hoping that Jamaica people would go back and look at all of what has been happening for the last 4 years and come with a solution, and we will see
Mhm.
what that solution is going to be on the 26th. The respecter, you want to chime in?
I'm a little young queen. I don't know, and I can't predict the future. I can't.
Look,
I
this
can't.
morning me drive with
I tell you,
me.
these things. What could you say about the people and what you have to say about the
Mm,
people? Both sides of the
mm.
people them there. You have the dum dums, and then you have the ones who know better but won't
Well,
do better. So
yeah.
these elections, no matter which country, these elections are already planned, designed,
Hmm.
a winner
That's it.
because them put
That.
out some machines in our school, our building. And
Mm,
when them machines go back in the warehouse, maybe there was already some other machine matching look the same way, and who knows? Who is supposed to be winner is not gonna be winner. Remember Hillary had
well.
popular vote by how many millions?
Hmm.
There's
Well,
nothing the
let's
regular man
see.
and woman
Let's
can
see.
do. America, Jamaica, wherever.
Mm,
It's already been planned, especially if you have the help of Russians and Chinese and so on and so forth. Who them want, who
well,
them
you said
like,
it.
who gonna be in there? Who them like, who will be in there? I wanna know his secret,
Well,
so we can't make him get to the office because I know his secret. We have a dealings going on. So Andrew will win again.
Yeah.
well, let's
And
see. We
Trump,
don't know.
If I forget them,
You, they might let them surprise me. I say, surprise me, Golden. Surprise me. And I hope you did rally the people behind closed door like Mr. Holiness did. Eh? But I just said that because I've been watching a lot of these virtual shows for the past 2 weeks, and they have been bringing up politics in them. And the reason why I say that is because I haven't heard anyone concretely said that there will be an election this soon or that they're ready for an election. So I'm just saying, so like you said earlier, dumb dumb, some of them are dumb dumb. I guess are the dumb dumb one, them we never know. So let's see what happens. Good luck. Good luck, PMP. Good luck, Jamaica people.
yeah, good luck. Mr. Trump, follow
Mm,
in the next month or two, they're gonna realize that their asses
mm.
are broke. Their life savings,
Well,
paying for his fees,
mm,
lawyer fees, and so forth. And they're gonna realize they're broke, and it's gonna hit them hard that they've been doing what they're
mm,
doing, and they're gonna come to their senses. So before,
uh,
if he doesn't get arrested,
mhm,
lock up,
mhm, mhm.
between now and
see,
then he ain't gonna have no voters. And they're gonna realize because of this man, me not have money, me I lose my house, me I lose this, me I lose that. And I'm gonna draw back. I'm gonna rebel.
Yeah.
They're
wait,
not gonna
Oh.
look pretty for you.
who are go who?
So what you have said, there's gonna be what they call it, one of them war thing in Jamaica, um,
Wait a minute.
what you not call the war now? What they call them war there?
Who you
Civil war.
who you say going to draw back? Trump?
Some
I
support
Trump or Jamaica we are talking about.
Listen,
some
we're
supporters
talking
who run
about
out of
both.
money. They're
We're
gonna
talking about
realize that they're gonna lose
elections.
them out, them bank
Wait,
account empty. Wanna lose them job, I'm gonna lose them job. And they're gonna realize that them broke as a donor, as a church
the
mouse.
respect are you
And them
delusional.
are gonna rebel against him. Them are
Who
gonna
go
blame him.
respect her? The respecter.
All
Come
right.
on, man.
Watch.
Come on, man. You're
You
Watch.
delusional.
say in America, that's
Watch.
Jamaica.
Delusional. You're delusional. You know, Sister Fanny
Watch.
Willis. You know, Sister Fanny Willis just about hand over everything to Trump for able to put back
Lady
the.
D. Watch.
All right. You think
Watch and
82?
see. I am more than
You think those people gonna get any of those millions that they were granted, that they won in this settlement?
they are going to get it one way or another
That's
because
not
there are
gonna stop.
people who's
That's not gonna
feeling.
stop the election, the respecter.
I'm not talking about
Mhm.
that. I'm talking about the fool who want him who follow him, supporters
Them
them who donate to him.
listen. Them still
The
a
one
go.
who donate to him
Them still a
in
go.
MAGA group.
Them still a go follow
Them a got broke. Them a got end up homeless.
him.
You still it. Look here. Let me tell you something. It's a lot of craziness going on. This a man you got chop off in father through political views. Hey, we
Right.
need people need to come together and really see what is going on in these countries, not just Jamaica election, but here in America. Because remember now, both elections are being coincide. Maybe they did plan it that way for Jamaica big boat here, in America. So maybe both of the president have decided say, okay, Trump must be get in touch with Holiness and say, Holiness, come on, make make we challenge the people them.
They
Hey,
all are working together. And
mm,
I mean, with they all, I'm jumping back even into Jamaica.
yeah,
Golden want to be prime minister for so many years.
yeah, it's crazy, ludicrous.
Never could become prime minister. He should have
Mm,
stepped down long time and
time ago.
gotten over to a
But
younger
remember,
person.
And
to be
But
to
because
be
mhm, go on through
to
the
be
respecter.
a politician anywhere in the world, president, prime minister, whatever, if you're not corrupted, if you have a crooked mind, it's gonna be very hard for you to get the position you try to get. Especially prime minister
So
and
so who say him not
president.
who say
Believe it
golden
or
not
not,
corrupted?
the people them even them poor, them prefer a bad guy over a good guy. That's what makes a difference.
they need to
Why
change
trust
these
him?
constitution. Jamaica constitution need to make it mandatory that no one can can stay in office more than 2 years. Two years is enough, I think. America have 4 years. Maybe they 4 years is okay, but they can't stay
I
longer
would
than this. A man in a power was six
I would
years or
say
more.
and this is what I've said years ago, and to this date I continue to say it, you know, is everyone need to have a term. If it's two
Hmm.
years, if a presidency it's 4 years, you're only allowed to do two term of it. So eight
Hmm.
years is enough and you're out of there. I don't think
Right.
be able to continually have a third one and a fourth one. And that's basically
Right.
what President Trump over here is going for. He's going for his term.
Term. Hmm.
Second term. So
Hmm.
after this, he should be out of there. But the problem with Trump, or the alleged problem with Trump, is that he is going to try to change the Constitution and make it where he can stay in office for as long as the voters continue to vote in
Hmm.
his office. And that's one of the scares, I think, of
Yeah.
persons with
Yeah. Him.
becoming the president, him not wanting to leave. And he is so unpredictable
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
it's
Mm-hmm.
a fright. Now, Trump has the Trump does have his good and he does have his bad. You know, I was even reasoning with someone earlier today, and they was like, them can't wait for him to come because this small business him can start back for make him little money with him small business and all of this stuff he was saying, and I'm sitting there listening. And I'm like, okay, you know, obviously you're a Trump supporter, but and he brought up the lifestyles that are going on that Barack pushed, and now Biden is pushing the agenda
Mhm.
and all of these stuff. So you
Mhm.
have persons that really, really want, and black people, Jamaican people that wants Trump into office. Now it
Mhm.
comes back with Brogard. It's not even a point of them wanting Andrew in office. It's a point of polit generational politics.
Mhm.
That's what that part of it come down to. Because I am JLP, my family is JLP. That's who I'm gonna vote for. No matter whatever he has put this country through all of these years. If I am PNP, my grandmother PNP, my grandmother is PNP. I live in this area that is PNP. I must vote PNP.
Mhm.
So that is where all of the madness is going to come from. And for the PNPs, they don't have someone there that they want.
You can
So
count
in
on, yes. Yeah. Mm.
turn, that's where I
Well,
see
mm,
the madness that's going to take place. But as I said before, let Jamaica surprise. We will
well,
know by the end of this month.
mhm.
Okay. It's 29 days in this month. Happy Black History Month, folks. Happy Reggae Month.
Happy Black History
All right.
Month, happy Reggae Month.
Month to each and every one listening. Yeah. So we'll know.
I don't celebrate Black History Month.
All right. Every month is Black History Month, but
That's
according
it.
to what they want to say, what pagan laws, this is Black History Month.
And
So
disrespectful
Feature
part.
it. They
yeah, but
feature
you
it
know what?
and
If you're gonna get into being disrespectful of the shortest month of the year to be Black History Month, there's so
No, just
much things that they are
them get
disres
11 months, Daddy.
ah
Them get 11 months and they want to give you 1 month.
they want, but do we always listen to they? Do we
What choice do
always
you have?
listen to they? We have to,
It's
well,
a
it's
slap in the
us to
face,
make,
man.
well, it's us to make changes, and that's the problem with black people. Black people don't come together and make changes.
then just
Make,
talk.
makes
All
it.
they do bap
So
bap them out. Bap bap.
we're not going. We're not going to go there with that. We're not going to blame people for nothing because think about it. Over the history of getting together and fighting for the rights. I mean, think about it. Moses, according to the book, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Martin Luther,
You,
Malcolm X, Mandela, they have thrown the Manleys and the Marleys and every M, the letter M, put them life on the line for people, for them people, and nothing changed. We still have got through it. We still have got through it. So we're going to blame each other. And
well,
those
Well, so
who
well,
wait,
well,
if we're going through it, you don't
we'll
think
take. I'll take anything, even if it's a little bit. Eh? It's okay to recognize those black folks that did wonderful contribution to the country, the
and
different
then
countries,
stop.
whether it be America or Jamaica. It's okay because basically that's what it is. You're bigging them up and you're putting them up in front and say, hey, this black man did so and so and so for this country. It's okay. I don't knock it. Paul Bogle, all of them. Yeah, Black History Month. Big
No
'em
matter
up. It's
no
all
matter how
right.
little it
I
is.
don't see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. I mean,
Hmm.
even if they, and it's for us to make it an every month thing. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's just like they
hey,
make Christmas. They say,
everything under the sun and the moon and space is wrong with it because we never need it because we celebrate them every day anyway.
okay,
So by them just picking out this 1 month and say Black History Month. At them after them celebration that we see we turn idiot over and over in different situations. Them do it as an insult. We never need no
No, I think, well, It was a black man that
Wait,
developed it. It
wait,
was not a
wait,
white man
wait,
that developed it.
wait one moment. Go ahead, Darespecta. Vice system.
Yeah, me not like me know the facts of it, man. I mean, I tell you, it's dirtiness these people do to we. Of all the races, them do these things to we. Black Friday, the way you can go buy things cheap. Black Monday, blackmail, everything them just put
And the
it
people them
in.
fall feet. I don't know.
I'm not I thought,
Yeah.
man, and then me recognize. I mean, nah go along with it. Me nah, no.
Well, like I said, I could see anything pertaining to black, I'm down. Now, when you come to Christmas and Santa Claus and them things, them, not support them things, right?
Uh,
Okay.
listen up.
Now, those things I don't support. But like I said, the Jews them do it and then big up them people. And if you really go within the Jews organization, they big up certain people and what have you at that time. Oh, Young Kippur, that time, the Irish them big up them people and then call them name. Me not see nothing wrong with you bigging up black
Thank you.
folks
Thank you, Don.
and calling their names. Like, because there's a lot of country where they didn't know about these people until you start mentioning them. Look how them a mix up the picture with a Paul Bogle picture them a mix up and I say him not come from Jamaica, America. Which one of them?
Thank you,
Hey,
Don.
so
If thank you
yeah,
very much, Don, to
what Dan says.
know that. How come they don't want Black history to be taught in school? So
What?
if they were bigging up Black History Month, why do they not want Black history to be taught in school in America?
Not in America. I teach Black history in America when I was in
Queen,
school,
the law,
and it's a big thing.
Queen, they
And
pass.
we let our kids.
Queen, even in Florida, the Santos and it's big in Virginia, even the Georgia one, yeah, so I try to do it too, where Black history is not to be taught in schools.
And
Public,
we gonna let them do that. It's
well,
up to us again. It's
it's
all the people
already
again.
done. It's already done.
Mm. And
It's
no
already
one
done.
spoke on it. Hey, anyway,
It's
me
been
phew,
spoken on. You see, that's the problem. You read it, you look it in on social media, and a lot of persons are not watching news and are not keeping up to date what's going on, because see, you didn't even know that that is something that already has been passed.
what black? Not in all state. Maybe one or two states. I knew that,
Yeah.
but the way y'all saying is like most of the state them ban it, and I don't know of that.
Yeah, a lot of states, a lot
All
of
I'm saying,
they're
Queen, is
making it,
that
they're
we
making
did not need it to be given to us as the 1 month out of the year. As far as I can remember back,
Mm.
we where some of us were acknowledging our black leaders every day of every month, every year. By
That's
the
what
end
I'm saying.
of
Well,
this
we need to do
time
that
is
and
where
and
they're gonna say,
and
okay,
big
let's
them up.
put them off.
Mm.
I remember 1979, I had a white history teacher from England, and that man is where most of my history from. And he would always start me as an example, even when there's some insulting things. Dr. Blake, everything is Dr.
Mm.
Blake. You know, they say only good Indian is a dead one and stuff like that, and it would upset a lot of people. But he would always talk about the white, what the whites have done to the blacks. Any hope and wish and hope that black folks will get together and become a unit and spend time organizing how to separate self from hatred. Pretend there's no other race but your own, because that's what they're doing. Focus on your race.
Uh,
Come together
mm.
and build and build and
okay.
build and build.
Let me
Own
say,
businesses.
that is black. Let me read this. Black History Month is an annual observance originating in the United States, where it is also known as African American History Month. It has received
Mm-hmm.
official recognition from governments in the United States and Canada, and most recently has been observed in Ireland and the United Kingdom. It began as a way of remembering important people and events in the history of American diaspora. It is celebrated in
That's what
February
I said.
in
Mm-hmm.
the United States. But the
Mm-hmm.
origin of it came from Carter G. Woodson, which is a black man. And
Mm-hmm. That's what I said.
created
Mm-hmm.
Negro History Week back in 1926. The precursor to Black History Month was created in 1926 in the United States when historian Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History announced the second week of February to be Negro History Week. This week was chosen because it coincided with the birthday of Abraham Lincoln on February 12th and that of Frederick Douglass on February the 14th, both of which black communities had celebrated since the late 19th century. All right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this was created back in 1926. It's not something that that the government uh,
That's what I
was a
said.
black
Mm-hmm.
man that
Ladies,
came about and did this. Okay, all right, and he
I'm
originally
not.
made it for 2 weeks, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
early in the event history, African American newspaper lent crucial support. Okay, I'm just gonna try to race up to when it was turned into a full month. Throughout the
Okay.
19th, okay, so I'm just trying to let
Mm-hmm.
the respect to understand that it's not something that just came about and it's something
Came about and
that
yeah.
Well,
a
I know
group of
that.
white
I
persons.
know that.
No, but
I'm
you're
not
saying
saying.
is
I'm
is
just
you're
saying the
saying
black
is
man
you're,
brought it up,
you're
but another black man put it in action.
what you mean
The
under the
black
black
man
man
chose
putting
that
in the
mouth.
Well,
action the
it
respect
is the black man. Let me tell you something. I grew up with a organization called Operation Helping Hand, and Operation Helping Hand were run by Muslims. Okay, that's how I was brought up. Now, I also grew up in part of it in Harlem, and another part of my life was brought up in the Bronx. But most of my time was spent in Harlem, and most of my upbringings were brought up in black organizations. And that's how I even learned the 21 principle, Naguza Saba, the 21 principle, and all of these things I learned because of these organizations. These people, they came together and they saw the need for black people to know their culture and to know where they're coming from and where they're going. So they developed these programs for young people to partake of. That's what we need to be focusing on. How can we start developing these programs are influencing the development of these programs so that these children now that are coming up, they get the opportunity that I got. Instead of being negative about it, let's put it in a positive light, right? And put it out there and say, okay, let's start putting things out there so these children can learn from it. Instead of it, I'm thinking of it negatively, the respecter. I'm
Dan says
addressing this to you.
Dan says only 12 states require some form of Black history curriculum, and that number is changing in November. All right, that's an answer to you, Queen, in regards to the amount of states that is trying to take away Black history out of the
Hmm.
school system. And then also to once again address the respecter, it was started by Black as a 2 week, and then it also became a month based off Black educators and Black United students at Kent State University. They first
Hmm.
proposed that it become Black History Month in February 1969, and the first celebration of Black History Month took place at Kent State a year later. Okay, so this is all white. So go back to the black people and back in the days then and said to them, say,
Hmm.
why you not choose February, the shortest of the year, to be Black History Month, you're disrespecting yourselves.
Who said they chose February?
Jesus, Father, you must not.
But
You
it was chosen because of those two
you didn't
individuals,
listen to
Frederick Douglass and what's his name? It wasn't clarified,
the
right? When
respecter.
you
You
said
don't
that,
listen
when
to
you
what
read that.
Guys, it was it was a negotiation. The one and two man was negotiating that. It's a group of people of colors, white and black, who
it
were
was.
negotiating. They didn't just come up and chose February.
It was the Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History. Okay? They made the announcement that the second week of February to be Negro History Week. Trickling back down now to 1969, 1970. Black educators and Black United students at Kent State University proposed Black History Month in February
Mhm.
1969. Okay, so once again, we're talking Black educators,
Okay.
Black historians that proposed for this to take place. So Black people can make changes if they
They can make changes.
come together collectively
Hmm.
and fight
I,
together
Lift your voice.
make changes. And that is in
I,
everything. That's in election. Because if Jamaican Black people stand together and see what is being done to them, and if they do not want Andrew to get back in there, then you choose the lesser evil. Because if none of them is good, if neither one is good, then you choose the lesser evil of the two.
lady, people been saying that since Bush and Kerry.
What are you talking about?
Um, and the less of evil. Choose the less. All of them is evil.
But we not say
The
so.
less of the evil, the less of the evil. Now, no, black people now gonna put them life on the line like that. Poor people also for them now
Black
go them
people,
now go do.
black people,
On their line for what?
a lot of black
You
people
know, so,
now is not putting their lives on the
Now
line.
put
There
the
was
life.
black
yeah.
people then that knew that, hey, if we
Hmm.
protest and we do this, it may cause our lives. Is in evidence is Martin Luther King, is Malcolm X. Think of all the black historians that lost their lives
Hmm.
for a change where
Hmm.
some change did come about, but there's no one now, including myself, that wants to go out there and put our lives on the line because we feel that it's a waste of time.
Mm-mm. I don't feel that way, and I did. I did when is no me can't move. They used to call me the Great Damali. I was an activist, and I did speak out, and I did rally. I walk Washington. I do all of that because I believed in
And that
changes, and I believe that people can make changes happen.
and like you said, you did. You did.
Yes,
I
and
walked
we can.
I walked around in marches with a group of them, but I was never a leader in the group of them. But what is it to do now?
Hmm.
There's no one that is
Motivate the young people.
rally. There's always a leader, you know. There's
Yeah.
no one now that if I'm wrong, then please listeners or someone correct me. But there's no one now whom is willing to pick up that baton and be the leader because they don't want to be targets.
And I think they're out there, lady, but they need support, and they're not being featured
What
out
did I
there
say?
because they're trying to stifle us from seeing what is going on. So the media don't show these
What,
things.
what
But
did
there are people out there that are really out there fighting for justice and all of that stuff. But like I said, you know,
If them
now the social media, they have control over social media, the government, they are, even though it seem like they don't, but they do. They have control over everything that goes out. So
You
we
didn't
have, in those days there was, we didn't have that strict control. Now we have more control because they see what is happening, right? And they don't want black people to start rebelling and what have you. So they're gonna do everything in their power to control it.
I'm gonna
But
sit
if
here,
enough
gonna
people,
I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna preach, and I'm gonna preach for unity, for black this and black that, and for the rights of us and everything. But am I going to be the first one to go on the state capitol and stand there by myself? Even Martin,
no, that's what I'm telling you. We need support. We and people need to start rallying and
persons like
supporting each
myself,
other.
persons like myself are gonna sit and say, so me go up there so at the state capitol now all by myself. I look like an idiot and then come beat me with a baton. For what? For people who don't even want to, for people who don't even want to come and stand with
ready,
me. That is that that's
Yeah,
ready,
but people will look on Andre. Andre put him life on, and
ready.
plus him gay, and
and
him gay again, and him put him life out there. I
what
mean,
did that leave Andrew? What did that leave Andre?
Yeah.
it's just that they didn't. Yeah, but at least he tried.
Yeah,
At least he tried.
yes, but I'm saying if the and I'm gonna let you go on the respect after a minute. What I'm saying is everyone is they're not coming together. They're not coming
Hmm.
together. Jean says there are more Caucasian people that is concerned about our rights and our own people. Exactly. They're not coming together. I even look at that. I even
Who?
look at I wait a minute. I even look at um that thing down in Florida the other day. The
Hmm.
handful of people,
The
even in
mod, yeah.
America, with so much Jamaicans in the diaspora in America, the handful of people. I don't think there was 50 people strong there. In Jamaica,
But did they?
when
They said they were gonna continue. Did they continue?
Jamaica, the
Did you
protests
hear
that
anything more, lady?
not more. I don't hear nothing. In Jamaica,
Okay, but well, I'm gonna
I
research it and see if they continued.
listen, man. Even in Jamaica, with announcements and with time after time after time, Andre and the crew and the rest of them go stand up out down there fighting for rights, and still it's a handful. I mean,
Well, I'm
it's
pleading to you, black people, go out and start support your sister and your brother.
yeah, yeah. I wish
I'm
I knew,
I'm
and,
pleading.
and
I'm
I'm hoping that
pleading.
if they are going to, if they're planning to do more, that they make it, they bring it, they announce it, advertise it, promote it a
Hmm.
lot better. So
Yeah,
persons such as myself, I would go down there. I would say, come on,
yeah.
let's I would come on this program and say, hey, let's all get together because they're keeping a protest downtown. Uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
it has to be promoted. And
Yeah.
whomever is in charge of these things must reach out because I'm sure they're on YouTube and stuff and see all of the bloggers that are out there, all of the radio personalities that are out there, and give us some form of notice ahead of time and say, listen, this is what we're planning. Could you please promote this on your platform? Don says the Florida Diaspora Organization came under criticism. Jamaicans accuse that organization of showing Jamaica in a bad light. You see what I'm saying?
Bad light. Yes, I remember that.
Everything is oh Jamaica look where you want Jamaica for look. Jamaica is
It already look bad.
okay. I had told the respecter that I was gonna let him go before I continue to rant. Go ahead, the respecter. I apologize.
Well. Queen, I mean, Jean is absolutely right. And you don't think I'm listening to you, but I'm listening to you. And the truth of the matter is, I believe young people in their 20s and 30s, they reach a point in life where they analyze and see what's been going on. And they're sick and tired and disgust with older people because older people did not carry the torch that we were supposed to. Many tried, but failed. The young people now, they're more um, in a conservative position where they don't want to put their life out there like the older people did because they saw that nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
And they're afraid. Just like all the older people are afraid, they're afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
But
want
something happened.
to
Something happened. History
Wait,
changed.
Queen,
History changed.
Queen, me and you have been talking. Let the respecter go ahead and talk. Go ahead and finish your thought.
it's a wishful thinking for all of us to thinking that it takes a group of people from an area to go and march and bring people together and it will change something. We all know that many have tried. Many have tried, and it's not just in Jamaica, it's other countries. Black folks, for whatever reason, cannot get it together and just without fear, just meet up and march and say,
So you're gonna give up?
happen. It's not going to happen. It's too late.
I can't give up. I cannot give up on it. My voice is still out
We're not
there. I'm
giving up.
sorry.
I'm not giving up. All I'm saying is it's already been determined. My heart tells me that it's already been determined that wholeness is going to remain there because there's more people involved than the black folks of Jamaica. There's a possibility, even though I don't want it, that Trump will beat all them cases and become president again. I don't want it. But there's a possibility because there are people behind the scenes who are powerful. They're called billionaires. And they have no love for poor people of any color.
That's why they
And these people are living life different than how we see life. They're all about dominance.
all about money. That's all it matters about.
So who they want in office is who they're going to make sure get into office because everything is based on money. No matter what country it is, it's based on money. You can be the best candidate, you don't have money, you're not going to win.
Well, let me tell you something. Half of the young folks them lost, and they lost because most of the people that had a little power and clout, them older now, and them don't have the drive or the strength to march or to go out there, and they didn't
No,
teach
don't say
their
it. No,
kids.
don't say it.
Okay, I taught my children, and still some of them you teach them, but they still chose their own path to go. But I feel that if there is enough influence out there, then these kids would rally, because you have some of them that's really into all of this, and they're very smart because these kids now know more than even we did, you know, and they're real smart. But what we need to do, we need to motivate them. We need to motivate them and not just on the radio, but we need to start putting things out there so they can see. Because these kids now, they don't work off of hearsay, they work off of seeing. They're visual learners. So you have to give them things that are visual for them to really respond to it. Because all they do is their head up in a them phone. Eh, put it on. Let's start using the media for our benefit, the social media for our benefit, and start putting things out there so they can do. I see Lady do it a lot. Lady put a lot of quotes and stuff out there on a daily basis. And I think if we continue to put positive quotes and positive things out there, it might change them.
Donna says that's our problem. We are too focused on money. Carla, could you turn down your radio in the background, please? I just went on and took this call. Carla, please turn down your radio in the background.
I did.
All righty, go ahead. Blessings and welcome to the program.
Blessings, fellow panel. How is everybody doing?
Blessing.
We do need
The
you to
problem
turn
is
it
that
down some more. Turn it down some more. It's still echoing in the background. Please.
I just want to say that the problem is that the children of the future don't have any interest in our future. They are more about, they are more concerned about playing, partying, and guns and clothes and cars and just trying to be
Fashion.
somebody that they're not. You know, um, there are certain examples out there for them, but their interest is not there. I'm a big advocate for parents. Parents, African American parents, needs to start teaching their children about history, Black history, bringing them to different places so they can know their history as African American. You know, they only go and watch when what is it, Roots come out or what is the new show that just came out? What's the new show movie
The
that
one that Whoopi had starred in, I know.
they
Color
only wait
Purple.
Yeah.
until there's a movie come out and they act out. But I feel that
Color
Caucasian
Purple.
people are more concerned. Yeah, The Color Purple. Thank you.
Hmm.
There are more Caucasian people concerned about our future than we ourselves. The older generations is exactly what I said. They're older. They don't have the strength or the power. We need to empower more youth
Hmm.
about our history because
Because that's what it was in those days, caller. In those days, those older folks was empowering us, and that's why I was even able to do what I did
that,
because there were a
that
older set of people that was empowering us to
Uh,
do.
okay, Donna
and
says,
that's what I'm saying.
and
That
I'm a piggyback off of what you're saying, caller. Donna says that's our problem. We are focused on money. We are too focused on money. And then Don
yes,
came in and Don reiterated what you said, caller. He says this generation is into fashion, partying, money, and material gains by any means,
yes,
which is definitely all of that is true. But now, and you said we need to teach. Yes, I am quite sure a lot of us do expose our children to a lot of black stuff. Not maybe not more needs to do it and are not. But where are we that we are allowing states to take away black history in the schools? Yes, we can teach our kids, but also why are we sitting back and allowing for this to be done in
and
these
that's what I'm
different
saying. We are
states?
not using our voice
Mhm.
as we should.
Hmm.
Okay.
As
Hmm.
African American, we need to use our voice more and use it loud enough where it is being heard from the higher power, whoever they want to call themselves. Okay, we have so many elected officials that as soon as they get where they're going, they forget about us. Look at this last one that what's his name, Warnock. Everybody went and pushed for him because we thought that he was for us. There was another lady also. Once she resented, she forgot about us. She used to fight for us, Cynthia something, I can't remember her name. And she used to fight for us. But as soon as she got into the Senate, she forgot about us. She stopped fighting for us. And that's our problem. We have people that is minor, but we need people that is more up, how can you say it? Up in the
Major.
that will more fight for us. We used to have John oh gosh, well, he just passed
John
away.
Lewis.
He was with Martin
John Lewis. Who are you talking, John Lewis?
John Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was fighting for us.
Yeah.
But after
Yes, he
after
was.
he passed away, we don't have anyone else,
But along with them
and that's where the
fighting,
problem is.
but along with us, with along with them fighting for us, we have to fight with them. So when they are
Yes, that's it.
there, when they are left totally out there and there's no one coming to these meetings, no one's coming to these community meetings that they're having, commissioner meetings and all of these, not going out and voting like how they're supposed to. How much fight, how much fighting can they do in there? They're one person, or they're two persons, or they're three persons against how many others in the Senate? It all come
That
back to us coming together and making our voice be heard. Before you answer, Juliet says, good evening. I agree with what Queen and G said. There is no place where the children can go to learn to live a productive life. There are things going on that you have to stand up for. Don says the black representatives in Congress have to go along with the program or they will be marginalized, which is
thank you.
exactly. And they're
Yes.
being marginalized because we're not there fighting for them and standing up with them either.
Right. And that's what it is, because even Operation Open Hand, there were people that was backing them, black people that was backing them, not just business people, but local people were
We
backing them.
we need to put our
The
money
problem
where
is
our
it's
mouth
not
is.
people fighting for them, it's the amount of people that are fighting for them.
Correct.
Because
Fighting
they do
for.
have
And
people
that's what it is.
fighting for
Because most of
the
our black
amount
folks are lost.
of people
Most black folks are
that
lost.
are gathering
Yeah.
together to fight. Because some of them is just scared, some of them is just, how can you say, don't want
Don't care.
But that is exactly what I was saying.
to,
That's exactly what I
Hmm.
said with the amount of persons that even came out to
Hmm.
the Florida Diaspora Organization that was held down, rally that was held down in Florida. Um, excuse me, with a lot of the rallies that are even going on here and
Hmm.
around America here, the the turnouts and the support is not important. It's not important. Don
okay,
says they are not promoted to important committees. Yeah, they're
thank
not.
Hmm.
They're
That's
not
it. Now
promoted.
you know what had motivate them to go out for Black Lives Matter, because we had a good turnout when they were demonstrating Black Lives Matter. What was it that was, you know, what was it that drove them out? What was it that motivate them to go out? Maybe we
It's
need
all
to
about
hit on that and see.
every time that they go out, it's when something happened, like
thank you.
when someone gets murdered, like what's his name? Oh my God, it just came off the tip of my tongue.
It's
When
it's
Floyd, you're talking about Floyd?
Floyd, yeah,
no,
when there's
Yeah.
some type
it's
of atrocity that has occurred,
Hmm.
they all come out, which they even said the Black My Lives Matter is really some white organization. So they all
yeah,
come out and they make ruckus and they make the situation look worse and make persons don't want to
yeah.
pay attention to what is going on, and then they fall back. There's no
I
consistency in
I'm
what
sorry.
is going on. Go ahead, caller.
I feel that the Black Lives Matter, the people that did join that, that's just their opportunity of hoarding and breaking into stores and breaking cars.
Not all, not all.
There weren't
There were valid people there
for
marching.
reasons.
There were
To
valid people.
me, if you're marching peacefully. You're not causing riots and injuring others.
That was the bad
No.
apple.
And that's our problem. We use any simple opportunity to cause a ruckus when we act, because we act like we don't know
There's no
how to
peaceful
do things
demonstration.
peacefully,
There's no more peaceful
quietly.
demonstration.
That's why they have us looking like animals.
Okay.
Because when we do come together, we're not coming together peacefully.
Okay.
We're causing a scene that makes us look bad as African Americans.
Donna says The deep state government displays more power than the elected official, and they use their powers to shut down the elected officials. So it doesn't matter who you vote for because the deep state is in
Is
control.
in control. Yeah.
Deep.
I
Uncle Sam, they call him Uncle Sam.
I saw a show that's called oh Jesus, it's Red, White, and Blue.
Yeah,
Oh
Uncle.
God, what? Oh, so I wish somebody could help me out. I can't remember her name, but she was going for she was petitioning for her dog mother to be saved, and every time she throw the bill, they throw something else that they claim that was more important, which it really wasn't detrimental, for the cause. So it's who you know, just like
Is she
with
serving
Georgia
now?
with workers. Excuse me?
Go ahead, Darespecta.
She's serving now?
No,
And I think the
We're
person
it
you
not,
were
we're not talking about Cynthia McKinney.
that's what I was just
no, it
gonna
was
say.
a
I think the
show.
one you're talking about was Cynthia McKinney. Yeah, I think that's who
Yeah,
you're talking about, Cynthia McKinney.
and
But
But
and
Bobby,
she
if
did what she
it's one,
could
it doesn't matter.
within what she could do. You know, she
I'm
did what she
curious
could.
what Don said earlier.
Yeah, go ahead.
The same way Raphael was in the church campaigning and in the
Hmm.
community campaigning and on the news, television, just about every week campaigning. Now that you won the post in office,
Yes.
perfect opportunity to get some gathering together in the park involving young people. Motivate young people. I got your back. They are the one that's supposed to be putting events together to bring people out, young people out, and say the right words to them. I've tried to reach out to Raphael before, and I got no reply. I reached out to Hank Johnson. He was nice enough to call me back and told me I can call him at any time. But what I was trying to do is not in his district. So he rewrote me to Raphael. He never responded. Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing it. Also, you don't hear nothing about those two. The only one you're hearing from Georgia is the racist woman, Marjorie. So the white
Hmm.
folks, they do what they do without fear of nobody but themselves. We are intimidated. Our leaders are intimidated, and they're walking on pins and needles. That's what I feel as to why they're not doing these rallies and events for their community. Communities that put them in office as a way of showing them that I mean what I said. He's missing. Since he's been in office, he's missing. You don't hear his name. You don't see him. So young people is in trouble.
Hmm. Boy,
And the ones who are in Congress,
this is a
that
deep
do
conversation.
there are politicians in Congress and other places that do care about the black issues that are out there facing us. But again, some of them they work behind closed door, but they are pushing. You know what? I remember when I was a little younger, I used to go to the UN building because you can sit in on some of the session. They have a upstairs where you can sit and listen to some of the things that are being discussed there. And what happened is like we said, people just don't take time out like they used to do years ago to seek these things. You got to seek in order to find it. And I guess like we said, the interest is not there anymore. So we need to find out how can we as a program motivate people to go out there and to do these things, because we talk and we say you can't, but you never know. Sometimes if you you really, I think if you really put it out there, because when I used to have those two buses that used to leave New York to Washington, I had to publicize it. I had to put flyers and all of that stuff out there to let folks know that we're going to go to Washington and we're going to march on Washington, you
Queen,
know. But
Queen.
I think we need to, organizations need to come together. Like Lady said, there's so much bloggers and what have you out there. We all need to come together. We need to find a format, a way that we can come together and put these information and these things out there. Because sometimes people just don't really know who really cares, the ones that care. Sometimes they really don't know what is going on. Because I didn't know there was an election coming up. I didn't know certain things, until it was put out there, and it was this individual that put this, I forgot his name. He put this out there when I saw it, and I said, "Oh my God, election is being called," and I just happened to be watching YouTube.
Andrew Holness is, if you're jumping back to Jamaica, Andrew
Uh huh.
Holness put that out, and all whom was down there for the rally, they were just
Mhm.
there as spectators, and bloggers was there, and they put it out afterwards.
Right.
Bottom line
Right.
is, people have to put their money where their mouth is. In your days, and I'm going to go back to your days. Let me read these comments back. In our days, Juliet says you're talking about Legally Blonde too. I guess that was to the caller. Don
Mhm.
says politicians respect the big money donors. It take big money to campaign. Jean says the information about any rally isn't really publicized properly. Not enough people know about them until it is,
Mhm.
which that is
Mhm.
which I'm gonna address two things. With people putting their money where their mouth is. Queen, when you mention things as to back then there was persons and organizations putting their money where their mouth is, because
Yeah.
for you to have gotten these flyers and so on to distribute, it took money to make these flyers.
It was a
It took money to make these flyers.
party and stuff instead of using it for positive things.
As some of them is eating the money, um
Yeah.
some of them is,
Mhm.
and then again some is just not donating because they feel like it's a waste of time. As you even come back, it doesn't even need to go back to our days, on our age, but
Mhm.
when my children were growing up, they had organizations such as the Winning
Yeah.
Circle with Mr. Danny Bugs, and
Yeah.
were
Luciana Sanders. Yeah.
black
Mhm.
individuals that were putting their money where their mouth is. And they
Yeah.
were in
It's
the school
true.
system,
True.
they were doing things. So, right now, we need to get persons back who will put their money where their mouth is. And
Mhm.
the schools are not allowing a lot of these programs to take place anymore. A lot of these um, community centers are not anymore. A lot of the outlets that our children, even our children had, we had PAL, places to go to learn things. It's not like that. Everything is a cost. Everywhere is a cost. No one is donating anything anymore. So it's hard to even for organizations to even find somewhere to go to gather without having to come up with big bucks that they don't have. So
Mhm.
a lot of things that used to take place is not being able to take place anymore. All right. And as to what Don says, politicians respect the big money donors. They do. And they also respect some of the little ones, because I've been getting texts on my phone from Donald Trump's campaign. Okay.
Me.
I was shocked
Mhm.
yesterday when Donald Trump campaign was text. I was like, oh, I'm to him. He have well for money. And then when Jean says the information about any rally isn't really publicized properly, not enough people know about them until it is over, and it and that is what the people in charge wants to happen. Well, yes, on top of that too, that is where I was saying that such an organization such as the Florida organization, the Black representative, what's the organization called, the Florida Diaspora Organization, with all of the bloggers and all of the independent radio persons that are all around. It's not that easy. It's not that hard to get all of our information, to send the email and say, can you support this cause for us? No, they
Mhm.
put it on their own specific platform and expect for the outcome to be great. Then again, even what Don was saying in regards to everything is being criticized. And anything that someone do that is not what another person wants to do, then it automatically get criticized. And then what? The ball is dropped. Instead
Mm.
of we continue to,
Continue. Yeah. Mhm.
you understand?
Mhm.
So those are my takes on the couple of things that
Mhm.
we just spoke about. Gene says I agree. Yeah, those
Yes,
are
I
my
agree
as
too.
to
Mhm.
as to all of the aspects of it. So what are we going to do?
Mhm.
What can we do? Because that's what it comes down to. And
Well,
we
we
going
can
to
do,
do?
for example, when I heard about the organization, I start putting it on my list, my contact. I start texting it to all of my contact people and tell them, say, tune into this, see what is happening here in Florida. I did, I really did.
Okay, but
So that's all we can do. Keep exposing it when we find these things and hear these things. Send it to whoever and just write, pass it on. Maybe that's what we just have to keep doing.
and Don says some accuse the president of that Florida organization as a mouthpiece for PNP. We would never see change because there's always criticism. But even if they
Mm-hmm.
want to accuse, accusations are going to always be made. The
Yeah, don't
organization
stop.
still
Mm-hmm.
needs to press forward, and for persons
Mm-hmm.
whom wants to join, and they need to try to get persons on both sides of the fence. I can even
Mm-hmm.
understand why they would say the organization is based for a mouthpiece for PNP, because the majority of whom is there is against Andrew. The majority of the individuals that were there, what's his name, Jamaican Carlos, and the doctor man there, and the rally was basically individuals that just wants to get rid of
But
and
they were saying it's not so. I heard it when he said so. He said it's not
they're
about
saying
getting rid, but it's to make changes.
yeah, but when you have just the when you have an organization, just persons who've been screaming on their platforms that we need to get rid of him, then I can see why persons will feel like these individuals are mouthpiece for PNP. Reach out to some JLPs out there and say, hey, all right, we agree some things he may be doing good, some things he's not doing good. He's not all bad. So let us come together, PNP supporters, JLCP supporters, and craft something from both sides to let to present to Andrew, to the J to that or to the JLP organization, that hey, it's not just this group that is not happy. We are not happy in certain facets as well, in certain areas as well. You can't just be screaming, get rid of Andrew, and expect for the other side to listen. You have to come together collectively. Juliet says, sorry, everyone, I have to go. Oh, her phone is on 3%, but please remind everyone that whatever they miss, they can hear the show in its entirety on YouTube. Oh, blessings.
Yeah, have a blessed week, Juliet.
Thank you. Thank you for putting that out there. Thank you. Yes, you all can always go back and listen to the program on YouTube. that if you've missed it, or if you like to share the programming with one of your friends or family members, or make it a discussion
Mhm.
for yourself as well, with
Yeah.
your friends or so on, go back and share the video. So thank you for that, Julia. Big ups, big ups, big
Mhm.
ups to you.
Big up.
And sorry that your phone not fully charged. Okay. But yeah, that is the way I think for the Florida organization to get better support is to find individuals whom on the JLP side have somewhat of the same grievances
Yeah.
that they
Yeah.
have, because at that rally the majority of them have been bashing Andrew and has nothing good to say about him. So whom is going to join that? And of course, they're going to feel like, okay, here we goes. Is the same ish coming from the same people. And maybe that as well is why the support wasn't really there. Okay. The respecter,
Yeah, I'm listening.
go ahead, chime in.
The only thing I wonder, I wait until election time to try and come together. I do believe if these groups will get along way before election time, form, strategize, and put things together and put it in place for the next upcoming election. And you have every week you're trying to recruit somebody. I think that will work better. The last second, last minute thing is not a good thing
Yeah, because
because if you get a head start, a jump start on a situation, and everybody's on the same page now, you catch the other side off guard. That everybody seems to wait for the last moment. Start, start ahead of time. Like right after this election, start. Do your private meetings and gathering and put things in place for the next before the next election comes around. And do some events of how to keep people motivated and ready. I think those things will make a better sense.
yeah, yeah.
And the organizations need to do that. Even the bloggers, people just need to start
The information.
doing things. And of course, it's not going to be everybody, but there are groups and people that really care and people that really want changes. So I guess we all just have to come together and do these things. And the only reason why I usually put out what I did was to motivate others that it is possible and that we can do it. And sometimes it's not even the funding, but it's the togetherness. We need to come together as black people and work together and stop criticizing, like lady said, stop criticizing, and start doing what you can do. Because one muckle, or they go, or the phrase go, eh? A
Yeah,
little bit
goes
make a muckle, eh? So,
everything will make a muckle. But
and that's my take on it.
also, Jamaica has a lot more than just the election that is going on, as well as America has a lot more than just the election. Jamaica, the US, on top of everything, has just put out a warning for traveling
Mm-hmm.
to Jamaica. Here we go again.
Again.
Being put out there, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they're what?
Mm-hmm.
Um, they have three big crimes: rape in even the
We on level 3,
three,
and
rape.
that's the highest. That's one of the highest level 3.
Yeah,
Now they had it Bahamas, and Bahamas is at a level 2. And now I found out that not just the Caribbean. I don't know why they keep focusing on the Caribbean, but I found out also England have the same level 2. Um, Spain have the same level 2, and several of these other countries have the same level, but they are not publicizing them because I guess because they're white countries, more predominantly white countries. But like this woman came on and she said she travels all the time to Jamaica and she don't have any kind of problem. She said wherever you go, there is problem. You just have to be mindful and keep your eyes open.
Yeah, that's it. Don says Jamaicans are just as divided when it comes to politics, just as in America, and that's 100% correct.
That's the
Don
truth.
says
Yes.
we have to come together and see things for what they really are, which is 100% correct. 64
Mm.
murders recorded since the beginning of 2024 in Jamaica. That's a
And
cons.
18 murders in Bahamas
That's
in 1 year.
64 compared to 60 to 18 murders. We're talking 20. We are just on the 1st of February, and there's already
Mhm.
64 murders for 2020
Well,
in Jamaica. You're talking 18 murders in Bahamas for a whole year. We're talking 64
yeah.
murders in one
They no, but they're not talking about the island murders. They're talking about people who travel. They're talking about tourists. That's why these things are called because they're tourists being murdered in these countries.
yeah, but it's not.
Well, they said Jamaica only had 3 murders. That's what it says.
But
I was watching that thing and it said Jamaica have only 3 murders. They said
they're not just
for foreigner.
not just putting these levels for tourists and because of something happening to tourists. They're talking about the crime rate and what is going on in Jamaica. Yes, them
So,
traveling to these resorts and all of these places
Hmm.
plays a factor in it, but
Yeah,
the bottom line is Jamaica, for on their views, a lot is not safe because a lot of travelers, vacationers are now wanting to go out
the
into
garrisons
of Jamaica, into the streets of I know
into
a young
the.
lady the other day. She's originally from Antigua, and her and all of her crew and everything went. And she was like, "D, I was all over, and people watching, and we were trying to be careful, and you know they had this they got a friend of a friend, family member, that was the one taking them out. They were scared to ride. She said we wanted to be in the streets of Jamaica. We Some of the times we didn't feel safe, but we wanted to be in the street, and I think that's what the warning is also based off of. You know what I mean? It's Don says,
They are protecting. America is trying to protect their people. That's what they claim. That's what they said when they put this warning out. That was the reason they said for putting the warning out because
okay,
they said, especially in Bahamas, they said it's not just in the streets now. It's also in the resort, the tourist areas. So
okay,
that's why they're concerned about their people.
okay. One of the comments from Don is that's because Jamaica has all inclusive hotels, and they are
Hmm.
trying to discourage. They are discouraged from going into the streets.
Out in
And
the street.
I
That's
guess
what D Mongo said. Yeah.
these things that are starting to occur is
Hmm.
occurring in these all-inclusive hotels now.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that's that
Mhm.
that's going to done. A lot of this atrocity, this rape and things like that is starting to happen in the hotels. I don't know
Mhm.
if workers that there are allowing people to come in. I don't know what it is, but a lot of persons get stinking pissing drunk and don't know what's going on, and
Mm.
they become victims.
Mhm.
Whoa. There's a lot.
Hey,
There is
it's a lot. Then you hear say Prince Harry and Meghan was in Jamaica.
I'm not even worried about them. They're irrelevant to this. They're irrelevant.
That's not true.
They are totally irrelevant. What
they,
Go ahead, the respect.
they were there for the Bob Marley One Love
Yeah.
red carpet.
Yeah, premiere. Yeah, the movie premiere. I know, but they're saying that
I,
it was not announced. It was just they came
and the
and they did
feedback
get
from
the
that,
royal
um,
treatment.
feedback from that, the opening of that was very great. I heard
Mm,
the movie was
mhm.
good, well put together, and it depicted
Yes.
the story on Bob's life. And
Mhm.
so we wish great success to the movie. Hopefully, when it comes here over to America in Georgia, we'll be able to
Mhm.
go and see it. And I'm hoping someone here in Georgia will have a premiere of it so that we can all go and support it. And it will be a good thing. Last but not least,
No,
go
it's
ahead.
advertised here now.
Sorry.
It's advertised here. It's supposed to be coming to movie theaters here too.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would love to know when.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
yeah, Donna says Bob Marley's death was a movie. Yeah.
Mhm. It was. It really was.
It's like a movie.
It's a whole lot of stuff. We have a lot to cover, lady. You know, the Bitcoin gone 401k now, huh? Ah,
Say what?
Bitcoin. It's gone 401k now, right?
No, I'm not even interested with
Okay. You're
coin
not interested? It's
one.
very important, girl. Do you have 401k?
No, I
You
don't.
know that will be affecting it. Okay.
No, I
I
don't.
I gave mine up.
Yeah, I don't 401k.
But Bitcoin now is taking over 401k. 401k
Retirement
it's like
fund.
stocks.
Mhm.
It's like stocks, and
Retirement
they're
fund
taking over.
individuals that they get it through. A lot of persons get it through their employers, and they pay into it. And they do what they want with your money. Um,
That's
so we have about 10 minutes left. Nitrogen
uh
execution that took place. Um,
hmm
for
And World War III is real.
for governments to use this black man as a guinea pig with this
hmm
nitrogen execution is an atrocity.
hmm
And these are
Alabama.
things that we need to protest against. You know,
Yeah, because now all the state want to start. Most of the states now that do have death penalty, they want to start using it. And I heard that guy suffered. I heard it was an easy death, and there are still people who are protesting against it because they say it's cruel.
well,
Um,
it's cruel
so
and unusual punishment, but if you say he suffered, I don't even know about that because his victim suffered. He went and murdered people, and not because he murdered people mean that that's the way he ought to go. So I'm not even thinking too much on him suffering because he made this person suffered and he made the family suffered. I just think it's just a
well, they said this is a
cruel,
textbook moment.
yeah,
So
it is a cruel way to do it. His feelings doesn't matter to me. It's a cruel way to have done it. Call I missed your call. I think that's Donna. Call back. It's a cruel way to have done it, And yeah, it's 9:48 right here on the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean, also streaming live on Victorious 89.1 FM. If you're listening on our telephone lines at 667-930-9036, we want to thank you. If you're listening via the Zeno or the WhatsApp or the Shoutcast, we want to say thank you for joining us through all of the medias that you are joining us through. We appreciate you. We appreciate our loyal listeners that always listen to us. Caller, how you doing?
How you doing, everyone?
We're good. Blessings, blessings.
hey, blessings, sis. We have a topic for you too.
Okay.
This is this is
we
this is
we heard. As a matter of fact, Jean was the one that submitted this, and she said that she sent me the video with this woman in Kroger's. First, she was in an aisle and she was purchasing things in her, putting things in her basket. She said this gentleman came up and he stood at the top of the aisle and he kept staring at her without flinching. She was wondering what was going on. So she said maybe he just, is lost. So she said she looked at him kind of funny and he still did not blink. So she said she moved away and went to the bread aisle. When she went to the bread aisle, there he was again at the top of the bread aisle, penetrating her and just kept staring at her. So she said she is like she makes some funny, like mad face or whatever you at him. She said all she saw was the black in his eyes and no white. What do you think about that, Donna? They said some guy called in and he said that person was a hybrid, a part human and part alien. What do you say about that? Kroger Supermarket?
That's the
And
description.
Go ahead, the respecter.
that
I
was
hear you in the
actually
background, the respecter. What you said?
Respect to you too.
What you said,
No,
the
but no,
respecter?
seriously, that's the description. No, respect said it was actually him.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear him. Okay. So Gene
Yeah.
sent that one. Gene sent that topic in.
Yes,
Queen.
Jean did. She sent it.
No, it's true.
So she
I mean,
saw someone
sometimes
standing
people
there
might think that
staring at.
I'm joking when I ask them, are you from here? Because, sometimes I'm talking and I'll speak about these beings and I don't know because they look like us as well. So, you don't know, but I know that with the description of the
I would
eyes
like
that you
Gene
just
to
gave,
call in. I
the
would like
the the black pupils, the aliens with the black pupils and all sorts of things like that they describe. Yeah.
Gene that
So it's
submitted
I
this.
mean they're here, but
Gene that
they don't.
submitted this
Uh,
topic. Gene, you submitted this topic. I would like you to call in and tell us about your experience that you experienced. Because and you're sure this wasn't you dreaming. You were fully awake.
No, Jean didn't experience this. She is relaying something to you that was on, I think it was, what's that thing you always send us, Diane, lady? What's that thing you always send us? Um, that news thing you always, news break?
Oh, news break. News break.
Yeah, it was on news break, yes.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
so
And she,
she did. So
it's
she
true.
herself did not experience it. She just went off.
no, she didn't. She just, yes, news break. It was a article on news break and she submitted to us.
Well, the
Okay.
thing
Okay.
is that another thing people need to take into consideration wherever you see the American flag, sometimes that's what symbolizes space because that's what the astronauts wear on their suit. So even that lapel, that the government politicians wear on their suits after 9/11, that represents NASA. Okay, so that's what people need to know. Okay, NASA had full coverage of 9/11, and you see the lapel is being worn on the suits of the politicians after 9/11, and that represents NASA. So that's it. So
I
I
was
mean
I was
it's
trying to.
evident. It's no disputing those facts.
Queen,
So that's
Queen,
it.
Queen, did Jean send that through the email or did she send it to the WhatsApp group?
Through through her on her email to us, but I have her page and she sent it through the email. Yeah, her not email, but her, what is it, WhatsApp? Her WhatsApp.
I didn't get to see that, so um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it over
You know,
here.
Jean,
you have to
talk
know that
about it, Jean. Call in and talk about it, Jean. Mhm.
Yeah, so go ahead, Donna. I
it's not always
apologize
us.
to interrupt. I was just trying to really find this so that I can play it and see what
I'll
exactly.
send it to you, and then we can let me see if I can send it now. Go ahead and talk while I'm trying to send it to
And
you.
I wanted to mention about that nitrogen element that you spoke about. Those are the same things that they use to cause like coronavirus and stuff like that. So this is why they're able to use it as you know a weapon of the death penalty or whatever. You
Yeah.
know, so that's it because those are the elements that they use to create these illnesses, these deadly illnesses that we that we experience in these pandemics and epidemics and all sorts of things like that because it's like I always explain that it comes from the periodic table of elements and that's what people need to realize. That's what causes all the magic and things like that. I mean, that's what I always say. A lot of things people say is witchcraft, yes, but the periodic table of elements has a lot to do with witchcraft. So that's what
Periodic
it is.
table of elements.
Huh?
You said periodic table of elements.
Uh, correct.
Okay,
Correct.
and it has.
So if you just
Okay.
I mean, you all just, like anything that you might not be familiar with or whatever, you can just research it on your own. If you look at the periodic table of elements and you look at 9/11, what are the elements, 9 and 11, and you're going to see fluoride and sodium. You can put it together and pretty much, you can figure it out on your own. So, that's what they do. So even when you're making bombs and all of those things, those are the elements from the periodic table of elements that you use when you're in the what was the thing that uh Maria child come on. What is
Yeah,
it
I will.
called?
I
I
will.
The
just sent it to you, lady.
they
I
travel
sent it to you.
with and they create this colliders. Okay, so when you're in your colliders and you're combining those elements and then you create all sorts of disasters and you think that it's natural but it's not naturally caused. So
Mm.
Chavez, the prime minister of Venezuela, he had mentioned that Haiti's um I, what was it? I don't remember if it was a tsunami or whatever, or earthquake or something. And he was like, yeah, it was the Heart Project that caused that. That wasn't naturally caused. And if people disregarded what he said, but it is a fact. They will travel in colliders. That is why they know that. Well, the storm will be here in New York, and then in the next 2 weeks it'll be in Florida, and vice versa. You get what I'm saying? Because it's them that's creating these things, the tsunamis, the earthquakes, all of these, storms, Hurricane Gilbert, and all of that.
Mhm.
So, none of those were naturally caused. It was all man made. And they travel in those colliders. And,
Mm.
that's what they do. Those elements collide and they cause mass destruction. So that's what they are
Well,
scientists, so they know. So
we are
pretty
going
much that's
to.
what I wanted to mention about nitrogen
Yeah, that
and
that
it
that
used as a death
nitrogen
Mhm.
thing is
penalty.
something else. That nitrogen thing is
Is there,
something else. But I
is there a
get you.
possibility that the people that go mountain climbing on a regular, they go mountain
Mm.
climbing for more reason than one?
Oh yes, you're absolutely correct. That's what they do. That's what they go there and they gather. It's just like when
Mm.
you go out of space and you get you gather those rocks and you bring them back to Earth, and then this is how you're able to bomb the places and things like that. So the mountains, yeah, they go there for those specific reasons, So that's what it is. But people don't look at it from that perspective because it's not meant for you to see that. You see, so that's just what it is. So this is why they're always getting away with those things because no one looks at the science of certain things. They just believe that everything is just naturally occurs, but it does not. You
Well,
know?
it's even with what's going on with Taylor Swift, where she's saying that they're cloning her, and even the president they're saying they clone. A lot of these things that are being shown, she's saying that she did not give permission to do that, and she didn't take any picture with that outfit on, or did that whatever it is that they're publicizing. So she's suing right now. She's suing for them cloning her. It's a lot of scientific thing we don't understand, and you see when that stuff came about where people can do these things, then a lot of things change. I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on. Look at that man with the brain where they give him that. Oh God Almighty, so much to talk about. Our time is almost
Just
up.
our time is up,
They
and
cloned. They
they
cloned.
just put a chip in the man's brain.
The chip in his head, yeah.
So I mean, a
Yeah,
lot of things are going
they
on.
did that to my daughter's father.
A
They put a
lot of
chip in my
things.
leg and they cloned me. And I don't want to take over, but I just wanted to mention that they cloned me. That's my whole thing right now. They
Oh,
cloned me. Like I'm here talking on to you. They have another me out there as a prostitute a few blocks away doing all sorts of prostitution and things and saying that is me. You're defamating my character. Hmm?
woo, I'm telling you.
All this,
What?
all this,
Go ahead,
all this
Respecter.
time I thought that was you.
That's what we know. That's what we know.
That's a good one.
You know, I'm gonna try.
That's
I'm gonna try not to lean on any of that because sooner or later I can't believe nothing what no one say because I'm gonna start thinking no one is them. Yeah, I mean this is really crazy.
I'm
They're
gonna
gonna
say
say,
Bob Marley. That's a movie. He was never dead. And you look at the moon that was watching him when he said, "We'll be forever loving Jah." And if you look at the window, that's the same moon that was watching me. So those things when you say
Jesus.
there's
So you think they really cloned Tupac? A
wait a minute,
lot
no,
of questions not answered.
for me from 1978 or 79 before I moved here.
Oh
And yet
my God.
Jamaica, people in Jamaica said Bob Marley died in 1981. I said, how? No one believed me. I said, now what? That's how I just catch them because they put it in the paper. So when I say, okay, now come look at this paper, that you see, look at what you because you didn't expect that.
This
Okay, but I pay attention from how old was I when Bob Marley when they told me Bob Marley died like 8 9 years old.
okay. As
Okay,
far as the
and
moon is concerned, the moon follows everyone. I mean, when I'm driving,
it's not
I could drive
this is
50,000 miles. The moon is there.
yeah.
The same moon
That's what
is
you're gonna
there
say. That's what you're
following
gonna
me.
say, and
So
that's what
it's
I know
following
the moon to
everyone.
be. But
It's following
not
everyone.
like
Listen,
this.
we have
Not
got to
like this.
get, we have got, oh gosh,
No,
we have got to
no,
get
no,
off.
no.
We have got to
We're
get
not
off
gonna
the
get
air.
into that. We're
We
just gonna leave that
yeah,
alone. But
we're
I'm
gonna
just
talk about
telling
that
you.
another time. But we've
Mhm.
got to go, and I just want to invite everyone to the interview with the legendary Chuck Turner, an
Oh,
old time
mhm.
80s artist and with lots of new music as well. And that's taking place this Saturday on my program, The Lady D Show. Check us out. And then next week, we're going to be interviewing the big man himself, Don Minett, on my program. So make sure that you all are there as well. The Respecter will be touching in, I think it's on the 17th, and then we have Mackie Conscience that's going to be coming in on the 24th, all for Black History Month. It is Black History Month, it's also Reggae Month. So blaze up those reggae music, and
Mhm.
of all of your Black historians that paved the way for us to be right here doing what we're doing right now. Thank you all once again for listening via our telephone line 667-930-9036. Listening via our website at dapowerhouseradio at gmail.com. Listening via our Facebook or our YouTube channel. For the YouTube channel, we're asking you all to please go over there and like, share, and subscribe. Share with a friend, a family member, the cloned ones and the uncloned ones. Share, share, share. We like them all over here. Um, just want to say big ups to all of the sponsors that continues to sponsor us. And if you would like to advertise with us, please link us up at dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com. That's dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com, and listen to the fantabulous programmings. You got Let's Gripe on a Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Reasoning Thursdays, as you're doing right now, with yours truly, Lady D, Queen, and Darespecta. And definitely have Donna and Jean and Don Minot and Blossom always tuning in, and Sister Julie. We thank you all for always tuning in and putting your and reasoning with us, because it
You
makes
better don't forget
the
Gene.
program, yeah, cool G, it makes the program more interesting when you all continue to interact with us. To send in a
Yeah.
topic, send it to dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com, or go over to our WhatsApp group and join us. Go on WhatsApp and look up DA Powerhouse Radio to join our WhatsApp group and to keep up with some of what we're going on with our going ons. Queen, you want to say a Arrivederci to
Hey.
our listeners?
Yeah, they say you learn something new every day, and really, really, I've learned some things tonight. And look, it was a pleasure. I enjoyed this session. I really did. Um, you know what? I love you guys. Remember, just keep tuning in. And remember, if you learn something, pass it on. Share it with someone else because they might not know. Each one teach one. I remember that motto. Each one teach one. Let's go back to that motto. Each one teach one, and keep teaching our brothers and sisters about the importance of participating, especially in things that are affecting us. I love you guys. Have a wonderful and blessed weekend, and I'll see you next week. Remember, touch that like button, subscribe, and also share it with your friends and your family members. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week.
The respect,
Thank you.
the
Yeah,
respect.
spend more time with yourself. In another way, just meditate on self. Figure what level you want to end up in, and just focus on that. And just keep one good friend. You can have more, but just hold on to one good friend. That's all I got to say.
All right.
Hmm.
Well, we just thank each and every one. Donna, you want to say something real quick, Donna? You want to say something to the listeners?
Well, all I'm gonna do is say that I'll be, if everything is well, I'll see you guys next week Thursday. You said you're gonna be on Saturday.
Yes, definitely will be on
Mhm.
Saturdays. Not live on the web, not on YouTube or Facebook, but definitely on the website. 12 p.m. to
Oh, it's on the
4 p.m.
website. That's what
Yes.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always
So it's
tune in on the
from what
website
time to what time?
from 12 p.m. up until the 4 o'clock hour. And we're interviewing Mr. Chuck Turner this weekend.
Okay.
So please join us. And
Okay. Okay. So yeah, I will.
it is once again Black History Month, and it is Reggae Month. So we're leaving out with Mr. Don himself. He says, I am reggae.
Mhm.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. Roots, man, reggae. From cardboard boxes and thick fences, from concrete jungles I came. I reminded my people of who they are, whether near or far. I am the voice of the less fortunate, breaking down barriers, breaking down barriers. Governments fear me,
like me. Governments fear me. Babylon don't like me. Some have diluted my message, trying to tarnish my name. Some come seeking fortune and fame. For 30 pieces of silver, many have tried, but still I rise, I rise. I bring hope and comfort to the sufferers. I come to reveal, to unite, to lead the way. Until that day, I am reggae. Roots man reggae. I am reggae. Roots man reggae. From the ancients I am. I taught you my story. From the ancients I am. Not your history. From cardboard boxes and zinc fences, from concrete jungles I came. I reminded my people of who they are, whether they're near or far. I am the voice of the less fortunate, breaking down barriers, breaking down barriers. I am reggae. Roots man reggae. Come on, miss. Sting it. Sting it. Sting it. Roots man reggae. Roots man reggae. I give hope and comfort to the sufferers.